Hey, MegaJeff here again. Time for some new releases that I recently got in. Now, let's get right into this. If you watch me for any length of time, you probably know that my typical habit, I don't go out on day one and usually buy records. I mean, obviously, record store day, things like that. New releases, I tend to watch, wait for maybe in a couple weeks a price deal. Sometimes I put them on my Amazon wish list and watch for them to drop them in a month or so, drop the prices down. But occasionally a new release comes out that I'm there. I've got to have it, and that's what we're dealing with today. A couple that I was there on release day or very close by and picked up. And these are all recent releases, all from this month of October, which is coming to an end very quickly. Last week, we have Rocktober, of course. Rhino Records has released a lot of stuff, and every October we get all kinds of great releases. I knew that these were coming, and I was anticipating them, and I went out and grabbed them actually it was the day after. They come out on Friday, but I always make it to the stores on Saturday. They released the Dream Theater individual album. So if you haven't been following this, and I kind of know how they play out these nowadays, they release these things. Rhino Records will release a box set, and usually within the same year, 6 months later or so, months later, the individual albums. And so they released the first Dream Theater Volume 1 box set that had the first handful of albums in it, which I did not need. I don't think any of those, I didn't need the box set. And then months later, they released them individually, and I picked up the albums I needed, which were, I think, the second and third album of Dream Theater. I didn't need the other ones that were in the box. So then they came out with the box set number 2 months ago. So I waited. And so the second box set had the 2002 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence album, which I already have. I bought the musical and vinyl release years ago. The 2003 Train of Thought album, which I did not have, so I did need that one. The 2005 Octavarium, which I also have already owned. I think mine's the musical and vinyl album that came out a handful of years ago. Some of these I was able to find, even though they came out prior to my collecting albums again. I was able to find them early on at a decent price. Anyway, so I didn't need Octavarium. And then 2007's Systematic Chaos, I did need. So I waited, didn't buy the box set, and they came out. So I picked up Train of Thought. This is probably, if you're not a huge fan of them, this is always touted as their heaviest, and it is. They've gone more metal. I don't think it's a drastic change, but there is some heaviness here. So I mean, if you listen to Dream Theater as a whole, I'm not going to say, wow, that's so. I didn't find it to be so terribly noticeably different. I think overall they're pretty heavy, but maybe there was more heaviness overall than there is on a typical Dream Theater album. Love this album. I was also the type, and I still have them, that kept up with when Mike Portnoy would put out albums like this. He would always put out a drum video, DVD, of him playing drums. Somebody would record all the studio takes of him playing drums, and then they go back and piece them together, find the actual pieces that appeared on the album, sync it to the album, and you could sit there and watch him play all the drums from the whole album, and you'd see it sliced together where they different takes and stuff like that. It was just amazing how they did it. It had to have taken a lot of work. And you could click the different audio tracks. You could hear just the drums. You could hear commentary. You could hear the drums with the music. And so I listened to this album and others of this time frame a lot like that, watching him play the drums. And so the drums, because I'm a drummer, obviously, so just watching intricate things that he did. So this album definitely is one of the ones that, I'm picturing the drums as I'm listening to this album. It is an excellent album. If you're into metal but not so much into prog, but you want something on the prog side a little heavier, this is what most people could say. Check out Dream Theater, and you want to get Train of Thought because it's probably their heaviest. Again, overall, probably has more heavy moments, but I think all their albums have some of these heavy moments, but maybe there's just more there. So I definitely had to have it. All of these are double records, and they are all clear. So, interesting. Sound great. I mean, I've never, I bought, you know, the other previous ones from Volume 1 were clear also, and I haven't had any problems. The Rhino clear have not been a problem. So, I love that album. But the one I love even more is Systematic Chaos 2007. This album, for some reason, really resonated with me. And so this was just, in my opinion, it's still very high. If I were to rank Dream Theater albums, this one would be very high. I just don't, there's so many, the songs, the music, everything. So this one, I'm so thrilled to have. Again, it's a double record set. It is again on clear. Now, the that one is a single case with double record in it. This one is a gatefold. And I guess that's why there's a difference in price. There's like a $3 difference in price between the two. Because this is a gatefold, the other one's not. This one also comes with the insert that's kind of a booklet, which is kind of cool. It's got all the lyrics. But you can see it's more than just a lyric insert. It's 8 pages here, booklet, and it comes with this cool little flat, which has just got some of this abstract art with the ants and stuff on it. But absolutely one of my favorite albums. And of course, it's the second to the last before Portnoy left. Now I'm kind of wondering what they're going to do. They've released Volume 1, they've released a Volume 2, so they've caught up to this point. And now the last Mike Portnoy album in the 2009 timeframe is Black Clouds and Silver Linings, which I desperately need on vinyl. Finding that on vinyl is really hard now. So that's the last one of the Portnoy years. And then when you get into the Mike Mangini years, I think those are somewhat still readily available. I don't know. Are they going to reissue those? Because you have 2 Mike Mangini albums, and then you have the Astonishing, which is a mega album, double. It's 4 albums when it comes to vinyl. So would they put out a box set that has the 1 with Portnoy, the 2 with Mangini? I mean, because they've been doing 4 per box set. The 4th one would be a 4 record set. So I don't know how they're going to do it. Black Clouds and Silver Linings, I do hope, is on the future release date. Box or not, that's the only one I really need. I have all the Mangini ones because those have come out after I got into it. So I'm super thrilled. This is pretty much up to the last Black Clouds one. Pretty much a completion of most of the Portnoy years. Just that one album now I'm missing. Now I am also hoping that maybe they'll do a box set of the live albums. Budokan, the score with the orchestra, and some of those live albums in there, have not been included. I don't know if they'll go back and do those or if they'll be individual. Other than that, earlier in the month, back around the 10th of October, the Sammy Hagar, the Residents. Sammy Hagar and the Best of Both Worlds band at the residency, stuff from Vegas that he did. A live album, very cool, fun, all-star band, of course, with Kenny Aronoff, Joe Satriani, and Michael Anthony. And they do a variety of songs from all of the eras of Sammy's career. You've got, and actually it's weird. It's not just that, it's Van Halen and Sammy Hagar. So, I mean, Ain't Talking About Love is Van Halen, but it's the David Lee Roth year. So I guess they're just having fun there. But they have the new song, Thank You, Good Night, which is, I believe the video is kind of an ode to Eddie Van Halen. Top of the World, and then you got Panama. So I mean, they got David Lee Roth songs in here, and that's probably because of maybe the Michael Anthony connection. They're pulling in the non-Sammy years. Summer Nights, There's Only One Way to Rock, of course, Sammy Hagar. Human Beings, which was the Van Halen that bonus track thing that they did when they were toying around with the reunion. Right Now, 5150, Pound Cake, Ain't Talking About Love, Eagles Fly, Best of Both Worlds, Why Can't This Be Love, Rock Candy, going back to the Montrose, Mas Tequila, going back to Sammy's career, Heavy Metal, I Can't Drive 55, Love Walks In. Yeah, fun, great stuff that I am glad to have now. It was recorded April 30th through May 17th, Park MGM, Las Vegas. Oh, they also got Rye Thistle Thwaite on keyboards, guitar, and backing vocals. So it's actually 5 guys. Yeah, so there you go. Fun stuff. It is on a double record set. They have fancy names for the colors, but for us plain folks, one's kind of a bluish marble. One's kind of a, what is this? Kind of a pale, yellowish, greenish. But anyway, yeah, fun stuff. Like I say, Sammy Hagar Live. I love Sammy Hagar, so I'm going to pick up anything. So kind of cool. It's kind of glossy here. It says Sammy Hagar, if you can kind of see that in the light. That's kind of nice. Anyway, just some great stuff, fun stuff, new stuff that came out this month. Don't miss out. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Rock on and rock hard.